Like many of y'all, I've been hoarding Titan crystals for the new pool. I've been hoarding since almost the last pool just came out, because every new Titan pool is always just amazing. All the new ones are instantly the best 6 going into the pool, and that always makes them pretty difficult to rank, because every account's going to have different needs, and every new character is going to solve a new problem in the game, and so it's really weird to rank them, but I'm going to do my best in this video to rank all 6 of the new champs entering the Titan pool from worst to best, starting with a power level standpoint, and then we'll move on to a personal preference standpoint afterwards. I'm obviously going to tell you like a general thing first before I tell you what I want the most, because they usually never line up. So anyway, worst place, and I don't even have it in the selection screen here because I filtered to only 2025, but we can make this one quick anyway. 6th place is Baron Zemo. It's just, there's nothing wrong with him. He's fine. He's still a good champ, but he's not really gonna do nearly as much as he used to. And I don't even feel like talking about him that much because there's really not much to say. He's not going to have that much of an impact on the meta, in my opinion, on offense or defense. Could be wrong, but even if I am wrong, I still think he's going to make last place. So yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to what I think is number 5 next, and that is going to be Cassandra Nova. And it's weird because maybe this is just me, but I don't feel the need to have a direct Yelena counter right now. I feel like I'm doing pretty well against Yelena with my roster, but that's probably not the case for everyone, and if you really need a Yelena counter, Cassandra Nova's got you. She's probably the best one that exists in the game right now. Silver Samurai is obviously there, but no one's going to really have Samurai unless you spend thousands of dollars or wait till the next Titan pool or get really lucky. So for this next rotation, Cassandra Nova is going to be like the best Yelena Belova counter in the entire game, probably. Close with Jean. I'm probably going to use Jean a lot more than Cassandra, but that's just me. But outside of Yelena, Cassandra doesn't really solve that much, especially in this skill class. Like, she's okay for a lot of the other skill champs. She's very good for Nick, I will give her that. And then, like, the generic Thorns champs, Killmonger, Korg, and Atuma, she'll be decent for all of those. But I don't think it's, like, anything better than some of the other mutants we've got, especially this year, with Jean Grey being earlier. So she kind of just blends in a lot with Jean. I think she's going to be pretty interesting on defense as well. Yes, I will be including some defensive potential into the rankings, which is something I don't normally do, but when we're ranking all 6 overall, it makes a little more sense. So I do think that she could do some stuff defensively, but, you know, not sure how much yet, especially when a lot of her counters blend in with a lot of other tech champs that were getting released this year. Solvark, Maker, Bastion, stuff like that. But yeah, I think she's going to be a good champ, just not better than the other 4, in my opinion. Which is going to bring us on to number 4, and that's going to be the Maker. The Maker is a very underrated champ already, by far out of the 5 brand new characters going into the pool, excluding Baron Zemo, of course. This guy's gotten the most hate, I think. I don't think he deserves it. I think he's much stronger than we're giving him credit for. He's fully neuroimmune, meaning he's basically the hard counter to Onslaught, Captain Britain, Cassandra Nova when she becomes more popular on defense. Jean Grey to an extent. I think he's immune to inverted controls as well. Yeah, he is. So he's like tailor-made for Jean Grey as well. And even from there, like, he's not limited to just countering mutants. Like, he's a good Yelena counter because his burst damage is not tied to a hit, so she can't cap the damage of it. Good for Zola because you get really easy access to the heavy attack, and you really want some strong red numbers against Zola to get around his crazy armor. That's kind of what Maker does. And I made a community post shouting out my alliance mate Jaeger, who made a very good video on the Maker and showing how strong he actually is. I do recommend you check that out for sure. I'll try to remember with the link in the description. If it's not there, check a community post that I made recently, and you'll see some really good Maker stuff. But I do think Maker is a very underrated champ, and he's going to be very strong, but the 3 ahead of him are just busted. So we kind of have to leave him here, I think. And number 3 is going to be High Evolutionary. Now, this is definitely very defensive leaning, because on attack, I don't see too much for this guy. I think his damage is fine. I think his Rupture immunity and Neutralize immunity are both good things. The Withers are good things, especially with the fact that they're severe. But I just don't think that they really add together to make a kit that you really strive to use on attack. His whole gimmick is defense, and I do think that he's going to be a better defender than we initially give him credit for. Obviously, this guy is a pain in the butt if you do not have a really relevant skill champ. Lumitrix and Okoye came out this year, and they're both maybe the best high wheel counters out right now. And a lot of people play Okoye. I'm not so sure about Lumitrix, but I think even with there being hard counters that exist in play, Evo is going to be a very strong stall. I don't think he's a defender who's trying to kill you. I think he's trying to stall you out with the auto block, with the fact that you don't want to ever push him to special 2. And then, you've got the combo detonation to where if he is stalling you enough, then you will pay the price for it. And so maybe I could move him a little lower, because I don't think I'm talking about him defensively too much. Like, I do think he is going to make his stands defensively in Battlegrounds specifically pretty well. But maybe he gets ran over a lot easier than I think. I don't know. We'll see once he becomes more common in decks and stuff. And again, on attack, I think he's fine. I think he's okay. His damage isn't bad. His utilities are pretty interesting. I just don't know if they really fit together well to really make an impact on a lot of the stuff that the game is throwing at us right now. So, yeah, he could possibly go down, but we'll see, All right, number 2, it's going to be Carolina Dean. This is like the first champ on the list where it's like her selling point is just her pure damage output because it's so good. She hits so hard with those instant incinerates and the incinerate passives and stuff, and it's just so much nukage. I don't know if there's a single tech champ that she's bad for, as long as you can incinerate them. Like Penny Parker, okay, yeah, she's bad for that. Future Ant-Man, I'm not sure. I haven't really seen it be done. She might be good for Fant, she might be bad for Fant. I don't really know. I think she'd be fine, because I think she pauses her incinerates during specials, and you really just want the instant burst anyway. But even outside of that, she's taking Yelena's, she's taking Bullseye's. She does well outside of the tech class, which anytime a new attacker fights well outside their class advantage class, then they are gonna, be a really good champion to draft early on. And she's no exception to that. I do want to see more because, yeah, her damage is crazy. I do want to see how versatile she is against a number of different defenders. I don't think she's got the Spider-Woman level of versatility, where you can take 20 different BG's defenders with her and probably have a decent score if you play it right. But I do think that she's very good at that still. Not a defender at all. This is a pure attack champ, but a pure attack champ who is very worth it for Battlegrounds, for Alliance War, for almost any game mode. I do really have high hopes for this character. But number 1, the most powerful champion going into the next Titan Crystal, I think, is Nico. And it's so simple. You completely turn off the entire kits of both Deathless Thanos, Serpent, Dark Phoenix, and Maestro, the 4 biggest Cosmic defenders, in which Cosmic is the biggest, most diverse defender class. Turns off all of them immediately, just like the dumbest champion ever invented, I swear. Which, spoiler alert, I hate this champ. I'm gonna probably make a video on why I hate Nico eventually. But just know that I personally hate almost everything about this character, but I'm still calling her the best in the Titan Crystal, and that's a lot of why I hate her. Because she's so good. She's absolutely ridiculous. A really, really stupidly good attacker. shutting off the entire Cosmic class, essentially. And I'm picking on the Cosmic class mainly because it's the most diverse defensive class by far. And also, she's a very good defender. You need to be poison immune to fight her easily, and if you're not poison immune, you're going to have a harder time dealing with the buff immunity and the miss, and she has regen and stuff like that with the adrenaline. There's just a lot going on. So I do think that she's like an immediate draft in the BG scenario. And just any time that we see a 6-star brand new character show up in BG's decks consistently, and it's not because of the specific meta we're in, there's a problem. Because Nico, if you have a 6-star Nico and like you see Celestial players are just running 6-star Nico, and it's not even because like she takes advantage of the meta or something, it's just like, wow, okay, this character is just broken, I guess. So I think that's the story with Nico. I'm not going to rant too much because I'll save that for another video. But before I close out the video, I am going to go ahead and rank them personally, what I want the least to what I want the most. Because, again, these things don't often align. I don't always want the strongest thing in the crystal. I want something that I think would be cool for my account to have, whether it be for content or just because I really want to use this character. So we're going to start with that, and 6th place isn't changing. It's still Baron Zemo. Like, I just don't really want the champ. I don't think he's going to do anything for my account. So immediately last place for me. And then number 5, I guess we'll go back to Nico. I just don't like the character. I don't like what they designed her to do. And I think, again, she's the strongest champ in the crystal. It's just I don't want to use her because I don't like what they were going for. So I'm not going to talk a lot about that because I really don't want to do it now. But anyway, she is the champ I want to pull the least. And I still might even rank 3 her because, like, she's that busted. But I'd rather the other 4 champs more. Number 4 is going to be Cassandra Nova. Again, this is me talking about the fact that I don't really feel like I need Yelena counters right now. I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job of dealing with her in BGs with a bunch of random champs. Like, I use freaking Penny Parker to take Yelena's, and she does a really good job. I did it in, like, tournament settings and stuff. So, like, I'm not worried too much about having Yelena counter, and I just don't see Cassandra being that versatile outside of Yelena, but I'm very open to be proven wrong. Again, I do think she's very good for Nick Fury, which is just another champ I'm not really struggling with right now, BGs wise. And she could also be a good defender. And I would still definitely rank this champ for sure. I would definitely take her to rank 3 if I got her, and hopefully prove myself wrong and that she could move up higher on the list. So what? That was number 4. Number 3 for me is going to be Carolina Dean. Generic nuke champs have never been like my biggest interest, but I do still want Carolina. I would absolutely rank her up. And a silly reason that I really want her is because of the visuals. I love her visual design, both the character model and the animations, mainly the animations. And sometimes that's just the appeal I have with some characters. Like, I love Arcade, not simply because of his animations and his visual model, but like that's a big part of it because I think it's so goofy. And sometimes just when a character just looks so cool on the screen, I just want to play them, and I think Caroline is part of that. And also just like, she just does so much. I think she's going to be a really, really good Alliance War champ as well, and War is my favorite game mode, and the game mode I care the most about, so I would use her a lot in War for sure, if I get the chance, but then again, other people in my battle group might rank her first, so we'll see. Number 2, Hi Evo, and I'm really interested in learning more about this guy on attack, because I really want to like him more on attack, and so I really want hands-on testing with this guy. He's like the second most wanted I want to have for hands-on testing purposes, the first place in the list being the other one, because I really want to understand how to use this character more and like where to use them. Like, I don't know if there'd be like really good scenarios for him in Alliance War or BG's attack sometimes. I kind of doubt it for both, but I want to find out for myself because I think he has a very interesting kit, and obviously he's a good BG's defender, for sure. And I don't have Photon at rank 4 yet, and Photon kind of fills the science defender for BG's defense thing. So since I don't really have Photon at rank 4 filling that role for me, Evo would be doing that. And I do think he's going to be a pretty strong defender. But we'll see. We'll see how right I am in the future. But number 1, I've kind of said this before, it's Maker. I want Maker the most. I think that he would be the most interesting champion for content purposes, hopefully to prove people wrong who say that he sucks, because I really would like to prove people wrong who say that he sucks. I will not lie to you, because he is a really, really strong character, and you just don't know it yet. And I'm going to absolutely intend to prove that. Instant rank 4 for me. And I will be doing a bunch of Maker content if I can get him day 1 of the new Titan Crystal drop. So I'm really excited to show off this guy's versatility in BGs and Alliance War. I think he's going to be very good for both. Those pre-fights he has are good for supporting champs as well, which is another thing for War. Obviously not really taking that into too much account for the ranking and stuff, but yeah, this is my personal favorite champ going in the Titan Crystal. It's the Maker. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Do let me know what you're most excited for in the next Titan Crystal, and what you might agree or disagree with me about. And I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next one.